fellow junkies, Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th coming at you again today, you guys, and I hope you all are out there having an absolute killer day, you guys. It is the beginning of September. Spooky season is here. It is now. I've already started decorating my house, so you will kind of start seeing some shorts coming your way very soon, and I got some other plans for some shorts for this holiday season of ours. The spooky season, the best time of the year for us horror fans, and I cannot wait for all the festivities to get going. I always start in September, you know, it's just the way it is. People are going to go to sleep the last day of August and wake up September 1st with the house decked out in Halloween stuff, and that night it was great. I had an absolute blast, and I hope you guys are out there doing the exact same thing. But anyway, you guys, I am coming out here to do a mask video for you guys today, but typically I get to say nothing but decent things about a mask, and this is one of those times where I kind of don't have a lot of great things to say about this one. This is a review of another Texas Chainsaw Massacre upgrade mask, and I've looked at other videos, you guys, and it looks like I absolutely just got a dud of a copy. But you know what? I have to review the copy that I get. I can't review the copy that you guys out there get. So I'm giving you guys a little bit of a warning, you guys. I am going to be talking a little bit harshly about this upgrade and a few things I'm not very satisfied about. So this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface Part 3 mask. If you look back at my old review, my old version of it, I gave it a 6 out of 10. So I wasn't absolutely crazy about the first part of it, but I really thought this update was going to really make all those problems go away. And in my copy, it did not. Honestly, the way with returning things to Trick or Treat Studios, I'm not going to go through all that. I would rather sell it. I haven't made any deciding factors if I'm going to or not, but let's go ahead and get into this. I have honestly been looking at this mask for the last couple weeks because as soon as I opened it, I was devastated. I was like, okay, let's give it some time. Let's see if it's going to grow on me. And it just hasn't. And, I'm still probably going to give it some time. And then, I'm wanting to do this video, see if you guys, see anything maybe I'm not seeing or, whatever the case may be. So I say let's go ahead and get right into this, you guys, instead of me just talking about it. Let's go ahead and just show you this piece of work, I guess. All right, guys, so this is the updated version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3's Leatherface mask. And as you can see, they really shortened up the hair, which was something I thought I wanted. But kind of, I think they overcorrected on the hair. It's too short. And it just doesn't work for this mask. Because in Part 3, his hair was, it's good long, but, the original one was way too long. And now they overcorrected here. One big gripe I have about this is they shrank this mask. It does not fit me as good as the original one does. And that is going to be my giant gripe for this mask. And something that's really unfixable, I guess. And but I'll kind of get into that when we get into the comparison. So let's go ahead and get right into this. I really don't feel like they changed the paint at all. Honestly, in my copy, I feel like there's less because this thing is super clean. The big thing I'm missing is they did not paint in the stitches here. Yes, I know I can do that myself, but I paid for it, and it was there before, so why is it not there now? So I think this is a complete miss for them. All these stitches here are not painted in. Back here, across this nose part right here is also not painted in, and that should have also the painted in stitching across the jaw. So needless to say, I got a bad copy that I'm not satisfied with. I got a lazy copy. Someone who got my copy just felt like, maybe it was a Friday mine was done, which I totally get. But anyway, you guys, we still have some of the good detailing. We do have those stitches painted in, these big thick ones here. And let's look at this old mask here. Yeah, so that one didn't have any painting in, but I feel like this is too clean. Like, I really feel like they were going to try and grime it up a little bit more. Because the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3 mask is really, really dark and kind of grimy. Let's go ahead and show you a picture of it. Because whenever I think about this mask, this is the picture that I think of. And you guys, we really aren't hitting that. Like, we definitely have this, more lighter skin tone right here in this picture here. But everything else should be a lot darker gray, in my opinion. And it's just from that picture. But as well, you can see the hair is a complete miss by that photo as well. But like I have to say, like I feel like they could have updated this tattoo to be a little bit more screen accurate because there was some detail in the rose tattoo. It wasn't anything super special, but they really could have updated it a little bit more. And the biggest thing I had to say, my biggest gripe on this, you guys, is they shrank this mask. I know I've said it, but I am absolutely baffled, especially after doing the remake mask, because that one was exactly the same. Why wouldn't they just keep the same mold or, you know, not shrink it? I'm just shocked. Another thing they decided to change is the original one, that hair was punched, and now this is all just pasted on. And so they kind of lost quality on this mask that I feel like needed the most help. I rated the original one a 6 out of 10, and that's because it needed help. And I feel like they tried, but for me, this is a complete miss. I can't wait for this video to get out so you guys can let me know if I'm absolutely crazy or not. But honestly, this is something I am not that satisfied with. They still have, you know, the real stitching down here. The blood on this looks phenomenal. That's one thing I can say. I am absolutely stoked about the blood. It looks great. I think they applied it perfectly. I love that it has that wet look. And absolutely, I really dig that. But everything else is just so clean. And like then the stitching is not painted in and stuff like that. So like I feel like maybe this just wasn't finished. I do like that they have the hair covering up this gap. And I will show the original one here shortly so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But there was a giant gap between the lip of the mask and then, you know, his hairline. And so with this, they did cover it up. So this is not 100% miss, but overall, it's definitely a miss for me. So kind of go ahead and get right into this, you guys. This is the Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3 mask. And like I said, I showed you the picture a little bit earlier of what this is supposed to look like. If you want to go ahead and care for your mask, we do show you how to care for your latex mask. And this was, the sculptor on this was sculpted by Justin Mabry. I mean, that's not anything that I have to gripe about. The sculpt on this looks absolutely great. I feel like it's all the detailing afterwards. So Justin did his job because this sculpt was just fine in the original one as well. And so they didn't have to change much about that. But my copy, the hair, the shrinking of it is just a complete mystery to me, you guys. And I really want to know what you guys think about it. Let's go ahead and try this bad boy on so you guys can see. And then we'll get the older one out here so we can really get this comparison rocking and rolling. And I remembered my chain, you guys. I'm pretty stoked about that. But I want to remind you guys, I really hate talking bad about a mask because usually I am Mr. Positivity. But this one really kind of bums me out, and I gotta be honest with you. All right, you guys. So I think, honestly, when I was really kind of getting to turn to like this mask a little bit, but then I put it on, and that was like the final straw in it, I guess. So here we go. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. Here we are. The hair, this thing is really tight on me, and I will put on the other one as soon as we get past this part, but this thing is tighter. So remember, I have a little bit over a 23-inch head, and I fit in the original one just fine, which we'll get to. But yeah, like this whole mouth hole is shrunk. The eye holes are even smaller than the original. And I don't know what this hair is trying to do, but it's a miss. But anyway, so you can see this in action, you guys. I'm trying my best here. But just looking at it, like everything, it doesn't fit as good as the original one. This hair, too short. I mean, I like that they kind of I like the idea of shortening it, but this was an overcorrect, like I said. All right. Okay. Now, let's bring in the other one. And like, I'll tell you right now, like after getting this one, I like the original one better. That's putting it as gracefully as I can. All right, guys. So now we got the original one and this new one. Like I said, this thing has a lot more detailing. Like, look at all the black stitching right there on the forehead. We got it on the nose, which this doesn't have. And then right here on the jaw point, just nothing is painted. I feel like this one even looks slightly grimier than this one. It's not a huge change, but it's definitely there and really noticeable. Like the tattoo is still the same, so that didn't hit. This is stitched in hair. I still have the bald spot. If you guys remember my review, that was my biggest gripe when I first reviewed this mask. Obviously, like I said, we have that lip right there in between the mask and the hairline, which was kind of a bother. But now, after like seeing what they're gonna try and say is an upgrade, it's gone, yes, but I mean, now we have to paste it on hair. A lot of missing details, and let me know if you guys have this mask. I'm pretty sure I've seen videos where that detail is there, so I just got a bad copy. The blood on this one is even better than this one, I think, so I'm good. I'm happy there because, like I said, and the hair, like I said, this has got too much, and this is too little of an overcorrect. But honestly, I would stick with the stitched-in hair the whole time. Let's go ahead and try on the original one again so guys can get you your understanding of how this one it fits way better. So everything, like this thing was poking me in the lip with the other one, and so this one fits me. Like I got more room in here. It's actually comfortable to wear. Like I said, we got lots and lots of hair, you know, but he did have long hair in the movie, like obviously the photo I showed you guys. And so, I don't know, this is the one I'm probably going to be keeping. Like, I might try and paint on that other one, but if I were to do nothing at this point, I'm selling the new one I just bought and keeping this one. That's just what I'm thinking about. Just like in my first original review, I'm sitting here fixing the hair the entire time, but you know what? If I can deal with this bald spot, this whole lip up here, this is really great. Obviously, if they really wanted to wow us with this mask, they should have, you know, really tried to brown up this part of the mask. Like, this part is there in that photo, but this really needed to be a lot darker. The blood looks great. I think they did great on that. Like, make sure all these details are painted in. And this is just the one I really like better. So let's go ahead and see this one in action again. It's been years since I put it into action, so. Yeah. I still have to say this is the TCM Metallica mask a little bit, because, you know, it just makes me feel like an utter metalhead having this much hair. But, you know what? This is just the better out of the two. Honestly, you guys, I want you guys to let me know down in the comments of what you think. And for anyone else that has both, let me know if you guys have decided that, you know, this new one is the one, or if you decided the original one is the one you're sticking with. So here's just another up close and personal look at it, you guys. I truly feel like this was even a step down from a step down of the collection, because the rest of the Leatherface masks are actually really great, and this was a step down at the time, and then they even stepped more down. Like, I get what they were trying to do, and they were trying to do, you know, make it better, but it was just, for me, this is just a big miss. The hair is just, I feel like this is like child molester Leatherface, and okay, I mean, I guess I don't want to go that route, but I mean, it just doesn't look right. I don't know, this hair almost looks like it should go on, not a Leatherface mask, let's just be honest with you, but this is just the one I'm more happy with. Is it still perfect? Is it perfect, either one of them? Absolutely not. But there's my review on it, you guys. What am I going to rate this one? Honestly, I'm going to bump this one up to from a 6 out of 10. This is going to go to a solid 7 out of 10. Like, I'm not bumping it up a lot, but after seeing the upgrade, I like this one even better. It fits better. I feel like, you know, the hair, I appreciate it a lot more than I did before. But for this one, issues with it, missing a lot of the details, taking away the stitched hair, the hair just not being there for us, and shrinking the mask, which is purely unforgivable in my opinion. Like, this mask should be the same size as this one, and it's not. And then obviously the details like this, how this mouth, I don't fit in as good as I did. The eyes are even a little bit more smaller. I'm going to go ahead and give this I'm giving this a 4 out of 10, you guys. And this is, just remember, this is of my copy. You may have an absolute knockout of a copy. I still think the hair is probably going to be just as bad on yours, but, you know, you might not be missing all these details. And overall, just the fact that the fit of the mask is no good. It shrank. It's going to be good for smaller heads. So, you know, if you got original Leatherface Part 3 and it was too big for you, maybe this is going to be the one for you, and you can fix it up, because that's the best thing about Trick or Treat Studios, you guys. You can buy them and not be satisfied with them, but you can make them what you want. That's not really a skill set I have, but, you know, I always try to keep everything stocked so I can talk about it. But like I said, 4 out of 10 for me on this one. I'm bumping up my original review of the original one from a 6 to a 7 out of 10. I'm much more happy with that one. Currently, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I might try and fix this and make it better, but like I said, the fit isn't fixable. I can fix the details. I don't know if I'd even bother fixing the hair. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, you guys. Sorry, this was a little bit of a bummer review, but definitely this is something I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of before you actually go out there and buy it. As it stands, this will probably be my last video where I do an upgrade of the Leatherface mask. This really kind of just made me lose my wind out of my sails of doing that. So I did this one, and I also did the remake. So if you haven't seen my remake, that one's phenomenal and every way, shape, and form amazing. So definitely check out that one. But sorry this was a bit of a bummer, you guys, but definitely glad to be able to get this out so you guys can see it. And, you know, buy at your own risk. You guys could get a better copy, but I still think the fit is a little funky, and now the hair is just, it was an overcorrection, but you know what? You guys still may find something in it that you like, and so that's why I still did the video, you guys, because this might still be the mask for you. This is going to be still in the $60 range, so, you know, buy as you will. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, but thank you guys for stopping by. Get all my stuff here. That's going to do it for me. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th, signing out just until next time. You guys already know it. I've been sentenced to life. I am a horror lifer, and you guys have a killer day. And like I said, just because I got a dud doesn't mean you will. So if you want to roll the dice, go for it. But this was my opinion on my copy, and that's what it is. Stay bloody, my friends. Spooky season is now.